Hey guys. So after that haul video I did showing you all those eyeshadows, I was like, oh my gosh, which one am I going to use first? So many choices. So seeing as how I have a little crush on BelleJorden, I decided to start with her palette that she did with Makeup Obsession. After I did that video yesterday, sometime later in the day, I took a couple of pictures of the palette and I posted it on Instagram and Twitter. And right before I went to sleep last night, I grabbed my phone and I was looking at my Instagram to see if anybody left any comments about the pictures. And right underneath the post it said, liked by BelleJorden. And I was like, because, you know, I have almost 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, but she has like 250,000. So, you know, she's in a whole different league. I mean, obviously she's doing palettes, but I was like, wow, because she is so beautiful. And I really enjoy her videos and I love her accent too. Anyway, enough fangirling. I wanted to mention, for those of you that drink bottled water, I drink Life Water, not sponsored. But look at that picture. Isn't that beautiful? It's like makeup and butterflies is what it makes me think of. She's got green eyeshadow running underneath her eyeliner there, but isn't that a beautiful bottle? So, had to take a few sips there so I wouldn't start getting dry throat. Okay, so I've already applied Revolution Prime and Lock eyeshadow primer. Really been enjoying that. Very nice eyeshadow primer that I picked up recently. All right, so what are we going to do here? Let's begin with the white as a highlight. It's called Starlight. I've been using white as my brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight a lot lately, and wow, so pretty. I used to always go for like a light shimmery highlight, but matte white is so pretty, and I wish I had been doing that a long time ago. Okay, so I'm just using this Wet n Wild shader brush. And it's not really going to show up, it's just going to lighten that area. I have to be careful because I've already done my brows off camera. Actually, I've already done all my makeup except for my eyes. And everything I used, of course, will be written in the description box, just like it always is. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is, what is that, 1706? Is that what that says? I think it says 1706. That print is kind of hard to read. Yes, I think she said that that was her anniversary, her wedding anniversary. Okay, I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush. I'm going to put some of this color in the crease. It's like a warm mauve, I would say. Oh, that's a pretty color. Oh, I think I'm really going to like this palette. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. There are so many choices here. I wanted to go for the berry reddish tones, but I was like, no, I've been doing that a lot lately, so need to do something different. I like to take a small amount of product and build it slowly. I don't like to put a lot of product on my brush at one time because, especially where I've never used this palette before, I don't know how pigmented these eyeshadows were going to be. Okay, let's move on from there. Maybe just a tiny bit more. Can always add a little more later on if you want to. Yeah, I think I will. Put just a bit more on here. Yeah, that's a really pretty shade. Okay, now this purple is stunning. It's called Miami. And I'm just going to use this MAC shader brush. This has got sort of an iridescent finish to it. Oh, that's such a pretty color. I know I just said that about the other one. They are, though. There's some really beautiful shades in this palette. So I'm just putting this all over the lid. You know, while I'm doing this, because takes a while to pack all the color onto the lid, because you want to make sure you get right down to the lashes there. I was thinking about something the other day, and I was like, I gotta talk about this in a video because it's so important. If you have an eyeshadow palette or some eyeshadows that you really like the color of them, but the formula doesn't work for you, try using a bunch of different brands of eyeshadow primer, because you would be amazed at the difference that that can make. Another thing you can do is try using concealer as your base. Also, try using your foundation. And if you're still struggling, you can also try putting concealer and then dusting just a tiny bit of powder on top. All eyeshadow formulas have different ingredients in them, and they all respond differently. A lot of times what is a really good idea is to use that brand's eyeshadow primer because it was developed to work with their eyeshadows. So a lot of times that's what can help too. But yeah, don't think when you buy an eyeshadow palette, oh, you know, this isn't good or this is crap or whatever, because a lot of times it's just isn't going to work with every eyeshadow base. And that is so important. I mean, think about some of the different brands of eyeshadows that you own and think about how they act when you apply them. Some are more powdery, some are more dense. You know, they're all going to work differently. And even within the brand themselves, there are so many different textures and finishes, and they're all going to work different or react different. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this small Zoeva brush and I'm going to go into Mama's Girl. And this is like a shimmery, slightly darker version of this. So it's like a deep mauve. No, actually I would say it's more like a plum. It's a plummy mauve. So I'm going to take that Zoeva brush and I'm going to drag this along the lower lash line. Just smudge it right under the lashes. Okay, now I'm going to take this Wet n Wild crease brush and I'm going to grab a little bit of this number 13, and this is like a really, really dark purple. And I'm just going to tap the corner of that. Just take a little bit on the outside of the lid and the crease. So basically just doing the inner corner here. The outer corner. Why did I say inner corner? Outer corner. Just taking a tiny, tiny bit each time because this is a really dark color and it could go horribly wrong if I put too much on my brush at one time. Better to work slowly than try to go too fast and use too much product, and it's going to be a problem. Okay, right on the edge there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Catrice gel liner in black. I'm going to try using this Real Techniques brush. This is supposed to be for gel liner, and I don't know that I've ever even tried it. And I've had this for many, many years. But this type of odd shape was kind of intimidating, but who knows? I might love it. Actually, that was very easy. Let's see if it's equally easy when I do the upper waterline. That gets right up in there, you guys. This was part, I think, of one of the original sets. Should have tried that a long time ago. Yeah, something about the shape of that. I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. Okay, next I'm going to curl my lashes with my Shiseido eyelash curler. And I'm going to go in with the Revolution The Mascara. Wipe off the excess product. Yeah, I've been really loving this, you guys. I think I like this even better than the Essence one that I used to rave about. Okay, so I think I'm going to add a little bit more to this section here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just added a little bit more of the Mama's Girl color. This one here, I actually added more to both sides in the crease. Just needed to bring it up a little bit more. This is a very pretty palette, and I really enjoyed using it. I like the way this look came out. I watched Belle's video where she was talking about when she developed this product and what she had in mind, and she was mentioning in her video that the way she laid out these colors, she said that she designed it so that you could use them as quads, like I used those 4 colors there, or you could use them by row as far as which colors coordinated best with each other. So I could have done this or this if I wanted to use that purple. And that's genius. I really think that that was a good way to do it, because that way you could do 2, 4, 6, 8. You could get at least 8 looks out of this. I mean, you don't have to stick to those patterns, but they were meant to coordinate that way. So I basically just used that quad today. So I really like this, and I did use the Revolution eyeshadow primer with it, and I think that probably would make a difference. I was doing some swatches of this palette yesterday, and just swatching them on bare skin, they're not that impressive, but when you put them on over an eyeshadow base, that's a whole different story. I mean, there aren't really that many eyeshadows that do swatch great over bare skin, so my first impression of this palette is a good one. This is my first experience with the MakeupObsession brand, and I think I will be going back to Target to see what else they have in the line. It's not a huge display. It's pretty small, and at the Target that I found it at, it was right next to Makeup Geek. Now, Makeup Geek is not at every single Target, but if you're looking for this display, I have a feeling that that's where it's going to be, at the Targets that have Makeup Geek. Now, where it's going to be at the Targets that don't have Makeup Geek, I don't know, but I can let you know in a future video when I find the display at a different Target. So let me know, what do you think of my purple look that I did with this palette? One of you had mentioned that you have this palette and you love it. What was your favorite look that you did with the palette? I'm really dying to jump into these red berry tones right here. I'm pretty curious about those too. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.